Hey 6th grade, welcome to another day of virtual learning. This video should be a little bit quicker, and I think you'll find a lot of success with this assignment. So quick reminder to pause the video and copy down the notes that I write in red. If it's written in black, it's up to you if you're going to copy it down or not. First day of October, we are finding a rate by dividing two quantities. Here are your learning goals. You can pause the video and copy down. Learning goal number 1, understanding the division of two quantities will cause a cancellation, and I will demonstrate that in a little bit. Number 2, multiplying a fraction is the same as multiplying by a numerator and dividing by the denominator. Again, I'll demonstrate that. And number 3 is one that we should already know, that ratios can be written as fractions. So, before we start with our examples, I want to go over a little math, logic, that will hopefully help you on this assignment. If you find this very confusing, that is okay. You are not going to need this skill. So what I want us to think about and remember is that when we divide any number, let's say 7 divided by 7, so any number by itself is going to be equal to 1. We could do 12 divided by 12, and it would be equal to 1. That could be the same as, let's say, dogs divided by dogs is going to be equal to 1. It could be hours divided by hours. It's going to be equal to 1. And when we are dividing a label by a label, like we did with hours divided by hours, having it be equal to 1 is very important for this lesson. So if you can remember that anything divided by itself is going to be equal to 1, you're going to be in good shape. So we're going to work on an example, and most of you are going to be able to solve this problem very easily. So of course it's up to me to complicate that. We are going to show why the division of quantities works. So it says a car travels 30 miles per hour for 4 hours. How many miles does it travel? A lot of you already know, okay, if you multiply 30 times 4, you're going to get 120 miles. Yes, that's the correct answer, but we are going to need to show how that works. So what we're going to do is we are going to write this as a ratio. So we're going to have 30 miles per hour. So I'm going to write it as 30 miles over 1 hour. And to get full points on your assignment, you're going to have to write it out like this. So 30 miles per hour, and we're going to figure out how many miles it took for 4 hours. So we're going to be multiplying by 4 hours. And that is going to equal our total number. So what we want to recognize is that the 30 miles per hour is a fraction. And we're multiplying that by 4 hours. And if it helps, you can think of it as 4 hours over 1. And we can use division to cancel out two things. So there is an hours on top that we can cancel out, and an hours on bottom we can cancel out. Because if we divide hours by hours, that will equal 1. So we could rewrite it and think of it as 30 miles over 1, because hours divided by hours is 1, times 4 over 1. And now we only have one label, and we can still do 30 miles times 4, which would equal 120 miles. And I overcomplicated that to show you some examples. So if you watch this video, I'm going to make it very simple. And number 2, this is exactly how you want to do your problems on your assignment. This Tanya earns $8 an hour babysitting. So we're going to have $8 per hour. How much money does she earn in 6 hours? So we're going to be multiplying by 6 hours, and that's going to equal, you're going to have to cross out the hours. That's going to leave $8 times 6, which equals $48. So that is exactly how you want your problems to look on your assignment. Okay, you're going to try this one on your own. Go ahead and pause this video, try and solve this problem. Okay, hopefully you have unpaused it and you have written 400. We have miles per hour. You multiply that by 3 hours. That's going to equal, the hours are going to divide and cancel out. That's going to equal 1,200 miles. So you get 1 point for the correct answer and 1 point for showing the division of the hours. Okay, Kevin earns $30 an hour to spend time with Leah. How much money does Kevin earn in 5 hours? Kevin has $30 per hour. We're going to multiply that by 5 hours. So there are 2 hours we can cancel out. Goodbye hours. We're left with $30 times 5, which leaves $150. That's the end of the video. I hope you do well. Shoot me an email if you have any questions.